Hi, I'm Tim Priebe with TNS Web Design in Oklahoma City. Last time we looked at how to use WordPress's visual editor, but our pages still look kind of bland. So now we're going to learn how to insert and edit images into our pages and blog posts. I'm on the page that I want to add an image to. So I simply position the cursor wherever I would like the image to appear. And up here next to Upload Insert, I'll click on the Add Media button. Older versions of WordPress had several buttons up there, all of which actually did the same thing. You can drag the file over into the Drop Files Here area, but instead we're going to click on Select File, and we'll insert this picture. We'll go ahead and click on Open. We can see it uploading down below. Now that it's uploaded, we can go down here and edit some basic information about it. Depending on your site's setup, if we're going to link to a larger version of the image, title will most likely appear somewhere. So instead of having this look like the file name, we'll actually type it out in English. We can also include alternate text here. And then we'll want to put a caption down here if we want that caption to appear on the page at all. If we don't want a caption to appear, we can leave it blank. We're going to leave it blank in this case. If we want the image itself, a smaller version of the image, to link to a page with a bigger version of the image, we can select Attachment Post URL here. If we want it to link just to the file itself, not on a page, we can click File URL here. We're going to go ahead and click on Attachment Post URL so we can see what that looks like. Down below, you have the option to select no alignment, left alignment, center alignment, or right alignment. We'll actually go ahead and leave it on left alignment. Center alignment can be somewhat tricky and may or may not always work how you think it does. Left and right alignment are fairly intuitive. Down at the bottom we have our size options. We'll go ahead and click on Thumbnail because we're going to link it to a larger version. You can also click on Medium, Large, or Full Size depending on your site's settings and how large the original image was. Typically, full size is going to be too big for it to actually fit correctly and look well in your site. But let's go ahead and try that. I'm going to click Insert into Post here. And you can see that the image is extremely large. In fact, if I click on Preview Changes, we can see that it was much bigger than we intended it to be, and for some reason was rotated. So let's go ahead and take care of those issues now. We'll click on the picture and simply click the Delete option. Then we can go back up here to Add Media, and instead of re-uploading the image, we'll click on Gallery. Here we can see our image is already in there. First thing we'll want to do is go ahead and edit the image so it's not rotated. Let's click on that Edit Image button. We have several options up here, including cropping, rotate counterclockwise, rotate clockwise, flip vertically, and flip horizontally. Let's go ahead and rotate it clockwise. We'll scroll down here and make sure that it's set to apply changes to all image sizes, and then let's click Save. That looks much better. Let's click on Save All Change, or let's click on Insert into Post after we change the size to Thumbnail. And then let's preview those changes. That's a much better fit. Let's click and see what it looks like. And there we have the larger version of our photo. Let's say we want to change the thumbnail so it's a close-up of something else. We'll simply click up here on the camera icon, click on Gallery, and again click on Edit Image. This time, before we make any changes, we want to make sure that we're only going to apply those changes to the thumbnail. Next, we'll draw where we want the thumbnail to actually be shown. On our site, we know that the thumbnail is square, so we'll give it an aspect ratio of 1:1 to make sure it stays square. Then any portion of the image can be selected and we simply pick crop on the top left. We do still have it set to thumbnail, so let's go ahead and click Save. Then we'll scroll down. We do not need to insert it into the post again. Instead, we'll just click Save All Changes. Then we'll close this window and preview the changes. Well, looks like I was wrong. Fortunately, it's WordPress, so it's a quick fix. We'll go back in and delete this and reinsert the thumbnail. Link URL remains the last setting. So since the last time we inserted an image, it was set to attachment post URL, it's still set to attachment post URL. Insert into post, and then we'll click on Preview Changes again. And there we go. You can see that when you do mess anything up, it's really quick to go back in and fix it. Let's click on Update. And then our live site will actually be changed. You may want to also add a centered image. As I mentioned, that tends to not always work how you think it will. Let's enter a centered image now. In between these two paragraphs, let's insert a large version of this image. So we've pressed Enter up here to make a new line. Then we'll go back in and insert the image from the gallery. Let's still link it to attachment post URL, but this time let's make it the medium size. We can try to center it using this button, but in this case I'm going to select None. And then I'll click Insert into Post. Your image may take a moment to load. We have our image loaded now, and you may be able to see right here by the right is the cursor for the image. If you can't see it, you can simply click somewhere else and then click out to the right of the image. Now we will click to align the entire paragraph that the image is in centered. You can see that now the image appears centered. Let's click on Preview Changes to see if it had the effect we wanted. And there we have a centered image between two paragraphs. And again, since we left it linked, we can click on this button and see a bigger version. In this case, the version's not actually bigger. So let's go back in and actually remove that link. To remove the link, simply click on the image, and up in your toolbar, click on the Unlink button. We'll preview those changes again, and you can see now that the image is not linked because our cursor does not change to a hand. You can also use the image editor to edit the entire image, not just the thumbnail. Let's delete this image, and we'll go back in and edit it and insert a new edited version. Again, we'll go to Gallery. We'll scroll down and click on Edit Image. Let's say we still want the same thumbnail, but we want all sizes except thumbnail to be edited now. We'll simply select that option. And then we can crop the image however we'd like. Again, we double check just to be safe, and it's still set to all sizes except thumbnail. So let's go ahead and click on Save. Now that we've saved, let's reinsert the image. This time we'll make it the thumbnail, and we will link to the large version. And let's align it left. We click Insert into Post, and maybe it's not exactly where we wanted it to be. We can click on it and drag it to somewhere else on the page, and it will move the image. We click Preview Changes, and we can see now how it looks. And again, if we click on the thumbnail, it does show that new edited version. If we want to delete the image, that's fairly straightforward as well. We'll need to do two things. The first thing is actually delete it from the page. To do so, we simply click on the image and then click the little no sign and it deletes it. However, the image is actually still taking up room on our hosting account. So if we want to delete the actual image completely, we'll go up here and we can click on Gallery, and it will show us the images that are only specific to our page. Alternatively, we could go up to Media, and there it shows us all the uploads for the entire website. You can see here that we have the option to delete permanently. We'll go ahead and click that option and click on OK. Keep in mind that unlike other objects in WordPress, like pages and posts, once you click delete, it is deleted permanently. Thanks for watching. In our next video, we'll look at how to actually insert galleries into pages and posts. Remember, if you're a TNS client, you can give us a call to schedule your Q&A training session. Our number is 405-285-0348.